Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Kieran Kilcullen, Chief Commercial Officer at CR2, and this is my colleague Javier Hermida, one of our senior product consultants.
Hello, everyone.
We're delighted to introduce our BankWorld product to you. BankWorld is a solution for driving self-service devices, banking devices, from ATMs through to mobiles and tablets, etc. But BankWorld's key innovation is that it enables banks to dynamically personalize the experience for individual customers as they use these devices. And today we're going to show you how we can re-engineer one of the oldest banking devices, the ATM, using BankWorld. And in future Finovates, we hope we'll come back and focus on some other self-service devices. We did want to have an ATM on the stage here today, but it's a 600-kilo machine, and Ryanair just said no, you're not getting that thing on board. So if we could just bring the AV demo environment up here, and what you'll see standing there in Dublin is my colleague Patrick. Hi, Patrick. So we're connected to Dublin. Patrick's going to be driving the ATM there locally while Javier manages it from here. This is a feed of Patrick's screen, so you get to see it. And down below, these are views of the BankWorld system. As I'm sure you're aware, there's a global trend away from branch banking. In Africa, the trend is towards mobile. In Europe and the States, it's towards internet, particularly on tablets and mobile app devices. And it's cards and ATMs around the world. Here in the UK, customers are 6 times more likely to go to an ATM than they are to use a branch. And last year, branch visits continued to decline, while ATM usage hit a record 2.9 billion times in the UK last year. And that's a lot of what we feel are wasted sales opportunities. So customers are using these channels more and more. They're being pushed by their banks to do so. But the challenge for the banks is, if the customer is not visiting the branch, how are you going to sell to him when he's on self-service? And so far they're failing to do so because they're using screens like this with no personalization, no control of the transaction mix for the customer. It's a pure one-size-fits-all environment, and it doesn't reflect the profile of the individual customer using it. They tried then to update that, and they put some graphics and tried to do some generic advertising. But it's not appropriate to offer the same look and feel to a high-net-worth customer using your ATM as it is to a tourist who wants to get some cash out on Visa. It's one size does not fit all when it comes to self-service and when it comes to selling to your customers. So Patrick, you can take your card out and leave it there in the ATM. What I'm going to get Javier to do is I'm going to get Javier to assign Patrick to a silver segment, a retail segment in the bank. Banks are getting better at segmenting their customers, but what they're not doing is they're not using that information when the customer is on self-service. So you've got stacks of CRM information about the customer, but you don't use it when the customer is using self-service. You're relying on him to walk into a branch. So Patrick, if you just reinsert your card now, what you should see is that this time Patrick will see a set of specific transactions and a personalized look and feel for him. Let's go in there and have a look at regular payments on the left-hand side, Patrick. I don't think you've got any regular payments set up right now, but we're going to move on to that shortly. Let's see if you've got no personal payments set up. That's fine. We'll come back to that. So if you go back to the front screen, I think there's an offer for you, Patrick, to purchase some discounted home insurance. Yeah. So would you mind, for the purpose of the demo, just accepting that offer to buy home insurance? Now, when offers are accepted on the ATM, they're routed back to a bank staff user of BankWorld. He sees the list of incoming offers because you can be running multiple campaigns on your ATM. He can see the list of what offers have been accepted by which customers. So you can be cross-selling credit cards to one customer, consumer loans or auto loans, car loans, or overdraft facilities to other customers. And they can be onwardly processed from here. But now we're going to personalize the experience even more for Patrick. Let's say Patrick visits a branch or he calls a call center and he says, I want to make a payment or a remittance. A member of the bank staff can log on and create what we call a one-button payment for Patrick to use on the ATM to execute that transaction in the future. Let's take an example. He's moved into a new apartment. He's got a new landlord, very nice guy called Kieran. So I'm going to have Javier to set up a personal payee called Landlord KK for Patrick on the ATM. So Javier.
Okay, so in setting up this personalized payment, choose a third-party beneficiary creation. The request from the user was that the nickname be Landlord KK. That's something that makes it relevant to them. Further, we need to enter the information around where this payment's going to go, including an account number, beneficiary name, as expected. And then there's some one-off settings that would be required as where this funds are going to come from, maybe an amount, and some specifics to this specific template that is created once. And with that,
so now this self-service payment has been created. It's available on all of Patrick's self-service channels, his internet, his mobile, but today is all about the ATM. So we'll go back to the ATM, and Patrick, maybe you could reinsert your card in the ATM and select the personalized payments function. And hopefully this time you'll see that you've got a regular payment to KK Landlords. If you can send me some money, please. You owe me 250 euros the first weeks of rent, so can you pay me 250 euros, please? This personalized payments feature is particularly useful for banks where in some markets you've got 5 or 10 times more ATM card holders than you have internet banking customers. And this is a great way for staff members to set these payments up so that customers then execute them from the ATM in the future, reducing the queues in the branches and freeing up the branch for more higher value sales activity. Finally, Patrick, I think I gave you my ATM card last night. Now remember the rule, you're not taking out any cash, yeah? Okay, so just
indeed, okay. So
with the card now. Now I'm an executive retail customer with the bank. So I'm going to see a different set of transactions, different look and feel, and I should have different offers made to me based on my profile. So let's have a look. So yeah, you see it coming through. I'm being offered a savings account, for example. I've maybe got way too much money in my current account. I wish. But let's have a look at my accounts. Obviously, in bank world, it's possible to show a customer all of his accounts in the bank, not just his card accounts. Let's just check the rents account there. See if that money has arrived. Very good. Yes, it has. I've got my money. So that's all we can show you today in terms of our time. Thank you very much. Please come to the booth. We'd love to show you some more about our product. This is Bank World from CR2. Thank you.
Thank you.